Bitcoin has just entered the most historic part, the most legendary part, the most parabolic part of every single cycle, phase 4. Phase 4 is upon us, and it is here, and you need to know what to expect from the most monumental part of every single cycle, because the patterns repeat every single cycle. 2013, phase 4 was explosive right here. 2017, phase 4 from this red line to the blue line, explosive. 2021 was no different, and here we are in 2025. But this month is going to play a critical role, and Bitcoin is trying to do something as we speak in this chart right here, and you need to pay attention. As well as this chart right here, this month, Bitcoin is trying to do something historic in this chart, something that it wasn't able to do at all during this entire bull run, and it is trying to do it right now. As well as this chart, Bitcoin is trying to enter the red hot bullish phase in the chart right here, and we're going to try to enter it in this month. So in this video, I'm going to give you the latest and greatest with everything that you need to know about the most historic part of every single cycle, phase 4. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Steve. I quit my job over 13 years ago, been traveling the world since, thanks to my trading and investing skills. Join me for sponsorship-free TA with genuine value that actually works. Subscribe. We're going to start right here, Bitcoin US dollar index, and we are on the monthly chart. In front of you right now are 4 distinct cycles. 3 of them are complete. 1 of them is incomplete, the cycle we're in right now. But what you can clearly see in the cycle labeled 2025 is Bitcoin has just broken above this red line, something that it's done every single cycle so far, which represents the move into phase 4. In other words, the phase 4 top of the cycle represents a 1.618 of the Fibonacci. That's right. 2013, a break of this red line right here took us from $32 Bitcoin all the way up to over a $250 Bitcoin. In a short amount of time, you saw explosion in the crypto space. Not only Bitcoin, but every one of your favorite altcoins start exploding in phase 4. Phase 4 is historic and monumental. 2017 was no different. Break of this red line up to the 1.618 of the Fib, precisely as resistance, and Bitcoin went from about 1,200 all the way up to almost 5,000. 2021 was no different. Break of this red line into phase 4, all of your favorite altcoins exploding, including Bitcoin, and that one actually represented the market cycle top. What we don't know in this cycle is where Bitcoin will top. What we do know so far is that these 3 cycles, all of them, had a top at exactly a Fibonacci sequence. Take a look. 2013 was the 1.618. That's where we hit in phase 4, and we topped in phase 5 at precisely the 2.36. 2017 was no difference, exactly at the 2.36. So cycle 1 and cycle 2 both topped at 2.36. By the way, if Bitcoin were to do the same in this cycle, it would bring Bitcoin to $555,000 Bitcoin, which sounds unreal, but we have to be honest that this is a possibility simply because we've had 3 cycles complete. 2 of them have entered into this yellow line. In other words, 66% of the cycles so far that have completed topped at this yellow line. So it has to be a possibility. No hype, just facts. Subscribe and relax. Now, the previous cycle topped at the 1.618. Is Bitcoin going to get up there again? That level is at 178,000. Here is what Bitcoin is going to try to do this month. Close its confirmation candle inside of phase 4. We had our breakout candle. We haven't had a confirmation candle yet. In this month, my one wish for Christmas is for Bitcoin to confirm in phase 4. By the way, how about the fresh new hat? 1 of 1 right here. I personally designed this Bitcoin logo. It just came off the printing machine, hot off the press. I'm in love. Bitcoin on a world hat representing the world's potential reserve currency of the future. I'm in love. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's get to the next chart. This is the most important trend line in Bitcoin's entire history. It dates back to 2013, and it represents every single one of the most important moves up and down in Bitcoin in its entire history. You can see it played with the top of 2013, it played with the bottom of the market in 2014, it played with the break in 2017 into the most bullish part of the phase, it played with the bottom of the market in 2019, also the bottom of the market with the surprise quote-unquote COVID crash, which took us right down to this trend line, as well as the bottom of the market in 2022, right before its final push to the downside, as well as the monumental move of earlier this year in March, and the most recent move above here. And in this month, Bitcoin is going to try to do something for the first time in this entire bull run. In other words, the bull run started at the end of 2022. Around Christmas time, when yours truly had one wish for Christmas, and that was for the MACD cross to prove that the bottom was in and that the bull run started. Even though 90% of the world disagreed with me, I said to buy Bitcoin at 15,000, 16,000 when we had this cross right before Christmas time 2 years ago. Now we are trying right now to confirm above this yellow line and try to hold it as support for the first time really in this bull run. We tried like hell back in March of 2024, and it was short-lived. We're going to try to have our confirmation candle close above this yellow line. In other words, Bitcoin needs to close above 80,000 in this month to have a confirmation above this important line. Next chart, we have the hot zone that is trying to be entered with Bitcoin. Once we enter the hot zone on the stochastic RSI, on the monthly chart, the hot zone, in other words, is the stochastic RSI entering this top yellow channel here, represented from about 100 down to the level of about 75. Inside of this hot zone, Bitcoin makes every single one of its biggest moves of the entire cycle. And the longer we stay in this hot zone, the hotter the market. The shorter we stay in this hot zone, the shorter the bullishness. We want Bitcoin to enter, and we want it to stay in here for as long as possible. Case in point, 2017, we stayed in the hot zone for hundreds of days, and we had the most incredibly strategic textbook bull run in Bitcoin's entire history, where in 2021, we entered the hot zone momentarily at 14K and saw a huge crash because we left the hot zone. And then we got in there again, but it was short-lived and we had a double top. We need to get into this hot zone and we need to stay in there, and that will be an even stronger bull run to potentially take us to a higher fib level in the Fibonacci sequence. Let me know in the comments down below and hit that subscribe button. No hype, just facts. Subscribe and relax. Do you want less stress and more success in crypto? Click this video right now.